So we see this all the time, right? Players come out, talk about how they want to sign somebody, they want to pick up somebody, they want to add someone to the roster. And when they do that, usually, they're very vocal on Twitter and social media. Well, we have seen over the last couple weeks, players come out about Lamar Jackson and being very vocal about them wanting the Ravens to re-sign Lamar, give him a contract. Well, it looks like B.J. Hill is actually the first player, I believe, on the Cincinnati Bengals who have came out vocally talking about wanting to bring back Germaine Pratt. Guys do not know who my man B.J. Hill is. I know he's a fan favorite with the Cincinnati Bengals community. He did do and I'm going to say this correctly now, I call it the Lambeau Leap before, the Jungle Leap, I was told, is what is the Lambeau, when the players jump into the crowd, they call it the Jungle Leap. He did the Jungle Leap, which was actually pretty funny because he is a bigger guy, so whenever you see like a D tackle do it, it's always a funny scenario. But still a backstory, he is a former third-round pick for the New York Giants in the 2018 NFL Draft. He did play there for 3 seasons and then went to Cincy for the last 2 seasons. Last season, he played 16 games, played 16 games and started 16 games, which was his first year of fully becoming a starter for the Cincinnati Bengals. So he said on Twitter, "Sign my brother back." Now, he did go ahead and quote tweet this tweet right here, which is actually talking about the Bengals free agent profile thread, which of course does show off Germaine Pratt here, 27 years old, third round pick, 2019 NC State, 2,937 career snaps, 293 tackles, 138 defensive stops, 4 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles, 2 sacks, and 6 penalties. And he shows off when he was drafted and the video of him being drafted. And then they also show off this right here, which of course is his player card when he was drafted from college. So, and then this continues, by the way, to all the other players who are going to be free agents. And they also show off all his highlights of him getting defensive stops, him making the plays, and obviously right here is the play that, the crazy play that ended up, costing the Ravens the wildcard playoff game, which I think you guys won't want anyway. But obviously that was one of the plays that cost the Ravens, and he was a part of that. Now, again, like I said before, I've made plenty of videos talking about Germaine Pratt and whether or not he will resign with the Cincinnati Bengals. I've been very vocal throughout the whole entire season talking about I do believe he will be back, and I will continue to keep that narrative going that I truly do believe Cincinnati will resign him. We made a video earlier today talking about how there might be a player on the roster who's actually his replacement. Of course, we looked at him earlier. If you guys did not see that video, make sure you check it out. But that player is possibly his replacement, but at this moment in time, I think Cincinnati brings him back. I really, truly believe that. I think he will hit the open market, and there will be some players, some teams are interested in him. But at the same time, though, I feel like majority of teams will undercut what we see out of the Cincinnati Bengals. So I think Cincinnati will be able to bring him back for around $6-7 million a year. Now, if he was the only player on the open market, obviously, then he wouldn't, right? He, theoretically speaking, would not be, he would probably not be coming back because he would get paid crazy money. But because he's like the 4th or 5th linebacker on the open market, Cincinnati most likely will bring him back. And by the way, the guy I was talking about was Akeem Davis Gaithers. I made a video about him earlier, just so we can put the name out there. So I don't know why I just said, didn't say his name. But anyway, though, so yes, I think he'll be back. I truly do believe he'll be back. I don't expect any other, Cincinnati Bengals player to come out and say, like, oh yeah, make sure you sign Germaine Pratt back. But it is interesting that he is the only player that Cincinnati, like a actual Bengals player, came out on social media and said that they wanted him back. There's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, players get vocal when it comes to, like, really close friendships or, like, a brotherhood. But I just thought that was kind of interesting that he is the first player we talked about saying that. I haven't heard any Bengals players say anything about Jesse Bates. Now, I guess, Jesse Bates scenario-wise, you got to think, I think everyone understands. They respect it. They respect the fact that he's going to go get paid. So, nobody with the Bengals want him back if he's not getting the money he deserves, right? And Von Bell, I think for the most part, it's kind of understood he's coming back. But this also might speak more into the narrative that Germaine, the Cincy might not be trying to bring him back. And I've talked about earlier how Akeem, gathers. He's the guy that could be his, replacement if he does not come back. And this might kind of speak more into the actual organization not being interested in signing him back. Especially because you have a player now coming out vocally and saying, hey, listen, Cincy, you gotta sign him back. Sign him right now. And I think this might speak volumes to what BJ Hill might be hearing inside the team. Team might be like, hey, listen, we're probably not going to bring it back. And Germaine might understand that and be, it's kind of like he's kind of hearing the same thing. And then he talks to BJ. BJ goes out there and says, hey, listen, bring my boy back, right? Get Bengals fans all riled up, ready to go. Bring back Germaine Pratt. I think he comes back. But we'll have to wait and see what ends up happening. And, obviously the Joe Burrow extension is the number one thing they have to get done and worked on before anything happens with bringing Germaine Pratt back or not. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.